audio clip here. All right.
Someone inside the investigation. I just want to let you know that I'm a relative of someone inside the investigation into the quadruple homicide in Idaho.
And I have no way of knowing if this is valid or who this person is or anything. Okay, this is just something. I mean, I get emails from people that have, you know, extra information, and you know, it's hard to ever know what you can believe or what you can't, but it sounds reasonable.
I don't want to be any more specific than that, because I don't want to put anybody in a challenging or contentious situation regarding their continued employment. And I will say what I'm about to tell you is secondhand, but it is from what I believe to be a very reliable source. Again, this can only be considered a rumor, as I don't have first-hand knowledge. I never planned on posting any of this information out of respect for the victims' families. However, now that one of the victims' fathers has released some of the gruesome details himself, I'd like to share some of the investigative theory. As you know, the two women were found in the same bed, but with similar wounds. That's what's being reported. That's not exactly 100% true, at least in regard to the fact that they hadn't fallen to sleep in the same bed.
See, that was sort of, you know, kind of interesting, because it kind of didn't really make a lot of sense, right? If Kaylee's bed is in the home, and then they're both sleeping on Madison's bed, and it's kind of the small room. I don't know. It's weird.
One of the victim's wounds were deep gouges that were delivered with extremely aggressive force.
Who cares, Zozo? We're just playing it, okay? I mean...
So much so that the victim's liver and lungs were destroyed. Here's the theory that's happening.
You know what I mean? It's like you're always
looking
looking for somebody to say something.
Because of the force of the wounds, the person must have been very strong. They think the man came into the room after doing what they did on the second floor. They went upstairs. The person cleanly and quietly unalived the first victim.
Unalive. Man, when he said that, I just about puked. Why would he say that on some kind of a...
They did on the second floor. They went up...
See, like, I don't understand this part, so it goes...
Very strong. They think the man came into the room after doing what they did on the second floor.
Okay, so after they did what they did on the second floor, that would mean the second floor people were first, right? Huh? Yeah, unalive, Jesus.
They went upstairs.
So then they're saying that the person was on the second floor first, then they go up to the second floor next.
The person cleanly and quietly unalived the first victim. The second victim awoke.
You mean murdered? Yeah.
And tried to run.
So where did they awake from, though?
The man, they believe that the man possibly grabbed her, and she screamed loudly, apparently. The man...
Because he said that he's a relative of a person inside the investigation, truthfully. Did you miss his first sentence? I don't know if this is legitimate at all. I'm just playing it because it's out there as somebody, claiming, it's their voice claiming to be a insider. Now, they could have absolutely nothing to do with it. No, they didn't say that, Zozo. Did you ever listen to this thing? I mean, I don't have to play it. Right? I mean, Zozo, would you rather just have me not play it? You too, Truth Sleuth? I mean, I can go ahead and just not play it and get right to the phone calls. You guys seem really disturbed by it. Like it's just, really bothering you guys. He actually does address the screaming in there. Yeah. Well, it is he's just saying what he's saying. Okay, I'm just playing it because it's out there. Well, no, you said you keep criticizing it, and I'd rather not play it. I explained to you that I'd have no way of verifying if this is true or not. It's just somebody saying what they're saying. Just like if I get emails from people, I don't have any way of verifying anything that they're saying. Okay?
Then harmed her, and
I'm going back.
the person cleanly and quietly unalived the first victim. The second victim awoke and tried to run. The man, they believe that the man possibly grabbed her, and she screamed loudly, apparently. The man then harmed her, and the reason the wounds were of such force, he was delivering it quickly and forcibly to quiet her, which I apologize for how, I know it's disturbing, but anyway, how do we know that she screamed? Because 3 individuals reported hearing a scream between 3:45 and 4 o'clock. That's why the police have such a specific time frame as to when the murders occurred, because I don't know if you noticed, but the authorities weren't called the next day until late in the morning, yet they had a very specific time frame when the murder happened. They think the scream is why. And after reviewing video files from the neighborhood, they reviewed security cameras in the area, and they have an audio file I haven't heard it, but I was told that you can clearly hear a loud scream from a female. That scream was recorded at exactly 3:38 a.m.
Yeah, that could have been on that Ring doorbell camera that's right there, the same one that recorded the car driving by, because sometimes it seems like our camera goes off on loud noises sometimes instead of just motion. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But
neighbors say they didn't call the police because they said there's often loud noise coming from the house. I was told that there are parties there all the time. Again, I don't know if that's true, but it's what I was told.
See, that's accurate.
The weapon used was a long serrated-edged hunting knife with a fixed blade. The weapon had not been in the house. The person brought it with them and took it when they left. The 2 victims were on the same bed, not side by side. One victim was found on top of the other. The reason is that the one tried to escape and was grabbed, harmed, and then shoved and fell on top of her friend. That is why there's a lot of blood mixtures on this at the scene.
Yeah, I mean, this could be just totally bogus, but when you just listen to it, it doesn't sound crazy. It could just be somebody's theory that they're trying to add credibility to by saying, "Oh, I've got a family member in there."
They're also desperately looking for this white car. The reason being is that it was seen speeding by an A&W gas station.
Yeah, and see, that actually makes sense, because you guys remember early on, where is that? It's just right over here. Yeah, right here. This A&W right there. They said that they had surveillance footage from that A&W. And the news was filming that A&W. Look how perfect that is. Boom. And then what time was that car over here at this Exxon? And see, God, doesn't that make more sense altogether? Because that car was going this way in the surveillance footage at the Exxon gas station, right? And wasn't that at 3:45? Isn't that correct? So how perfect is that? You have it driving right by the A&W here, and just moments later it's going right here, and then boom, this camera over here would have filmed it driving like this. So I don't know, but it's pretty crazy.
I don't even know what that is, but anyway, that's, again, it could be wrong. I was just told it was seen speeding by an A&W gas station / hangout at 3:45. Now, if the screen was recorded at 3:38 and the car sped by at 3:45, it's a very tight time frame, but it is possible that the person left immediately and rushed and was seen speeding by.
I think they would have
Also,
left
the
immediately.
scream may have been what caused
Jesus.
the person to quickly leave. That scream could have been what saved the other two roommates' lives. The person knew that they might be detected, so they sped away. Again, this is all just rumor. Take it for what it is. I just pray for these young people. I hope they rest in peace and that their families can find peace after this horrible crime. And I hope that the person who committed it can be brought to justice.
Yeah, so I don't know.